Hey guys, it's Miss D, and welcome once again to my channel. Around here, we dive into topics about men, dating, and how you can attract the woman of your dreams. If that sounds like something you're into, make sure to tap the subscribe button below. With that out of the way, let's jump into today's topic. In this episode, we'll explore a topic that's often overlooked: why smart men tend to intimidate many women. The reality is, the more intellectually sharp you are, the more complicated the dating scene becomes. And today, I'll be unpacking exactly why that happens. So, let's get into the details. The very first reason intelligent men often unsettle women is because they are highly perceptive. They don't just hear what's being said. They pick up on tone, patterns, micro-expressions, and subtle cues. He notices when a smile is fake or when your attention feels forced. You can't just spin a tale for him and expect him to buy it. He's not the type to be fooled easily, because he pays attention to both what's spoken and what's not. He watches body language, reads expressions, and often sees through facades without a word being said. It's second nature to him to interpret what lies beneath the surface. That's why women who rely on charm or surface-level attraction find it hard to connect with these types of men. They simply can't be tricked or manipulated. When a woman comes in with a hidden agenda, he already sees it coming. That makes him tough to deceive and even tougher to impress. That brings us to the second point. It's very difficult to leave a strong impression on an intelligent man. He doesn't fall for superficial beauty or temporary allure. He's searching for substance, for emotional depth, and for someone who carries clarity. A woman who isn't prepared to be authentic might interpret his standards as judgment, even when he hasn't said anything at all. It's not that he's rejecting her, it's that her own insecurity begins to scream louder than his silence. Thirdly, a smart man would rather spend time alone than deal with drama. He isn't afraid of solitude. In fact, he thrives in it. He uses it to think, to rebuild, and to reflect. So when a woman tries to provoke him with emotional games like ghosting or passive-aggressive behavior, it doesn't shake him. He doesn't jump into conflict. Instead, he observes, waits, and only reacts once he's processed everything. This kind of calmness can seem like detachment to women who are used to emotional turbulence. But it's not detachment, it's discipline. He takes his time before responding, and that pause often gets misinterpreted. It's not about not caring, it's about choosing clarity over chaos. He'd rather recharge and think through the situation than rush in blindly. And to a woman who isn't familiar with that approach, it might feel like emotional distance, like a wall. Fourth, smart men aren't known for putting up with nonsense. They draw the line. They set standards. And they ask questions, a lot of them. He's curious, analytical, and doesn't just accept things at face value. And that can be unsettling for some women. When he digs for truth instead of going along with vague explanations, it can come off as being too intense. But that's just his way of protecting his peace and making sure things are real. He's not the type to accept emotional shortcuts or make decisions based on feelings alone. Logic matters to him, and that pursuit of clarity can seem harsh to someone who isn't used to being challenged. Now, the fifth reason why intelligent men can come across as intimidating: they encourage growth. If you were the man who's emotionally sharp, mentally disciplined, and self-aware, you can't stay the same. He'll start asking things like, what are your goals? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? What are you working toward? And for women who aren't ready to face themselves, those questions can feel suffocating. He won't just sit back and watch you waste time or stay stagnant. If he cares, he'll push, not because he wants to control, but because he believes in potential. But a woman who just wants to float through life without accountability may feel trapped by that level of expectation. So instead of rising to the challenge, she backs off. She may stop calling, stop replying, stop showing up, all because she doesn't want to deal with the reflection he offers. He's not creating pressure. He's just refusing to settle for less in someone he cares about. And that can make women who avoid growth feel cornered. The sixth and final reason why smart men are often misunderstood is because their mission always outweighs the relationship. That doesn't mean they are absent or uncaring, far from it. But they're always building something greater than themselves. They are focused on vision, on purpose, on leaving a legacy. And that requires time, focus, and drive. A woman who expects to be the center of a man's universe might feel rejected by this. But he's not choosing purpose over love. He's simply making sure love supports the purpose, not replaces it. His future plans, goals, and ambitions come first, and any woman by his side must be ready to grow too, or risk being left behind. He's not looking for someone to complete him. He's looking for someone to walk beside him. Intelligent men don't intimidate all women, just the ones who avoid inner work, who resist growth, or who fear facing the truth about themselves. These men are not here to entertain. They're here to build, to live truthfully, and to grow. And because of that, they are often misjudged, but that's exactly what makes them rare. If you are connected with the ideas I shared today, give this video a big thumbs up and don't forget to share it with someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe if you haven't yet, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future uploads. Much love to you all, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.